We're here with Miss Candice, who I think I told you when you walked up, I kind of want to punch you in the face and hug you simultaneously. Do you get a lot of really fierce reactions from people who watch the show?
Everyone gets pretty. It's been really receptive things, especially from the gals. A lot of like kudos on the girl power kind of moments, which has been fun. Yeah, and I think it's been very receptive so far.
She can be a little bit annoying, and yet I really like her.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of described herself even as like, you know, a neurotic control freak on crack at this point.
Right.
Because everyone needs one of those in their posse.
Right.
But I think that she's pretty human. I mean, I think that that's what I like about her, at least, is that, you know, she says really silly stuff. She has a lot of like foot in mouth moments like that. Exactly. And she also, you know, makes mistakes, and she's not perfect. She is super flawed, and you know, she says really silly things in front of boys, and that's what, I don't know, maybe that's just me that I can relate to all these things.
Well, you've had, I think, one of the most dramatic turns on the show, because you started off as just a human, regular high schooler who had a really sort of bubbly personality, and now you're this fierce, blood-sucking vampire. Which was more fun to play? I mean, are you really loving this season?
Yes. I mean, well, personally, I'd never been on a series. I'd never even done, you know, a long-term arc on a series. So it kind of worked out in the long run perfect to be able to, you know, get acclimated to being on a set every day and living in a new city and getting used to a new job and so it was a nice slow build for the character, but personally it was a nice slow build to adjusting to kind of this new workplace as well. So it worked out perfect for season 2, where, you know, it's exciting. I got the fangs. I'm on a vampire show and I get to wear fangs, you know. It's pretty fun, and I get to bite people and you know, and do all these crazy stunts and heels, which is super fun, and you know.
And I'm sure very comfortable.
Yes, very comfortable. It's always funny when we're like walking in the woods and everyone's like, "Why are you in heels again?" I was like, "I don't know, but they look cool." So that there's always that.
In real life, you know, this is sort of the ongoing question among the fans. Mm-hmm. Damon or Stefan? Are you more of a Damon girl or a Stefan girl? In real life?
In real life?
Yeah. Who would you go for?
I would go for their younger brother, Timmy, who no one knows about yet.
Who's probably also hot.
Who's super hot.
Yeah.
And a little more quirky than Stefan, but a little bit more sweeter than Damon. So I'm going for Timmy Salvatore.
It'd be nice to take the best of both of them, right?
Yes. Isn't that just the perfect man they're all looking? We always go, I don't know, going back through, you're just like, well, if I could take a little from this guy and a little from that guy.
Right.
And then the cooking chops of that guy.
Throw it all together and you have your dream man.
Exactly.
A lot of the fans are asking if there might be something happening with you and Tyler, because it seems like they are forming some kind of bond, being in on each other's secrets now.
Yes. Well, that's what I think is so genius about the writers, is even though there is such a supernatural element to the show, there's still very human things that are, you know, that you can relate to.
Right.
And you know, whatever, obviously it's a giant transformation for Caroline's life to become supernatural, and Tyler is going through a similar transformation, and so they can kind of bond on this, you know, new part of their life in which they really couldn't bond on anything else before. So it's created a lovely parallel for a great friendship that who knows what's going to happen next.
Bonding, i.e., lips meeting at some point, perhaps?
Well, right now they're just, I mean, it's created a lovely support system for both characters, you know, who have kind of, they can kind of help each other out. They can kind of save each other when everyone's essentially against them or disappearing from their life.
I like the idea of the two of them together, I have to say. I think it would be a really cool relationship.
Well, it's been, you know, it's always a joy to work with Trevino, and so that's always fun. And then also just as characters, they're so different, and I think that they can bring out really interesting parts in each other. So
now, some of the diehard Elena and Stefan fans are a little concerned about the amount of time you've been spending with Stefan on the show. It's my understanding he's sort of more of a mentor to your character, but you're not moving in on that turf, are you? Do you know?
No, I mean, that's what's been so great about, you know, and so wonderful about second seasons is it's all these new character relationships, and so, you know, essentially, I think Stefan recognized that Caroline did need a mentor because she doesn't really have anyone to turn to, and Damon did try to kill her. So I think that he just wants to give back and help, and it really is about not letting what happened to other friends, other lady vampires on the show happen to her. So,
right.
Yeah, it's been really fun shooting those scenes too, and I'm excited to see where all of these new friendships are going to go.
You have great chemistry with him, I have to say, because we hadn't seen a lot of you working with Paul before, and I think those scenes they're really cool.
It's fun. Yeah. He's hilarious, so it's always it's really fun.
How have your scenes been with Nina this season? Because I'm just curious. I mean, she's playing obviously such a different character.
Yeah.
She's playing two characters this season, but the evil version of her is Katherine, and you've had scenes with Katherine.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, because you guys are friends and you know each other so well. Do you ever just take a moment and think, oh my God, it's a totally different dynamic with her being Katherine?
Yes. Well, I mean, she's been doing such a beautiful job first and foremost, and been kicking butt, and she's been working her butt off, literally just constantly, and so it's always fun. If it's just Elena Caroline scenes, it's just fun because it gives us a time to kind of catch up a little bit because our schedules are so off all the time.
Yeah.
And then when it's Katherine stuff, it's really fun because, especially if it's stunt work between us both, because we're both, we like to have fun and show those boys that girls can do crazy stunt stuff too. So that in the Masquerade episode when she had to shove Caroline up the wall, we were just bam, and it's just, it goes cut and we giggle afterwards and we're like, are you okay? We're like, no, you can shove me in there harder. It's it's fun. She's been doing such a great job. I mean, that's a workload for sure, and she's been just knocking it out of the park.
Now, your character actually died in the first episode of the season, and I'm just curious, how much did they tell you about your longevity on the show? When you read that script, did you have a moment where you thought, oh my God, am I off the show?
Well, I knew that was coming.
Okay.
First and foremost, no one knows the longevity of our characters on the show, and even at this point, I have no idea. Who knows? I mean, I think that's... As an actor, it's always a little scary, but as a viewer, I love really extreme things like that and shocking moments in television. So, if it's the best for the storyline, then that's the best for the storyline. So who knows? I'm just going to enjoy it at this point. But I did receive a wonderful phone call from Kevin Williamson saying, so you do die at the end of the first episode, but I hope that you see enough throughout it that it just means that you're going to turn. We really are only, not too far ahead of the viewers.
Yeah.
So we're in it, just as much as everyone else is of being like, oh, what's going to happen next? We're wicked on set. If we see, it's so bad. If there's a script for the next episode just lying around, on one of the producers' chairs, we all just kind of we're like little barracudas just hovering and just reading over people's shoulders, and we get in trouble.